Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
Jeff, congratulations, a pulsating game. What was your take on that win tonight?
Yeah, I think it was a game of two halves. I think in the first period certainly they came out with a lot of steam and kind of we were back on our heels, but we managed to survive the period and come out of it 2-2. We didn't have a lot of shots, but we didn't give up a lot from inside the house, and I think it was an encouraging sign.
It was really exciting first period, getting 2-2 going into the break.
Yeah, I think I think it was a feeling out process, and I think we had some mistakes in that first period that cost us a couple goals, and we're kind of not ready on a face-off there, and we got stung on it. But I thought we regrouped well in the second. Played a pretty tight period considering we were on the penalty kill for about 16 minutes in the second there. So certainly it was a tough second, but I think in the third I think we played well.
And 4 great goals as well by 4 different scorers.
Yeah, I mean, I think Todd's alluded to this. I think it's going to be scoring's not going to be an issue, and it's going to be pretty spread out throughout the lines. We've got scoring from the third line, which is encouraging. And some guys haven't found the net yet, but they're good hockey players, and it's inevitable that they're going to find it soon. But I think our defensive structure, I think we're not giving a lot up in the house, and we're really clogging up that middle, and it's worked in the last 2 games. We played some really good hockey clubs in the last 2 days, and we've kind of eliminated their chances.
And did you feel Fife Flyers deserved that win tonight?
Yeah, I think it could have gone either way. I think they hit the bar in overtime. I think in the second period, I think they could, if they scored a power play goal, it might have took the wind out of our sails. But our kill did a great job at coming out of that second unharmed. But certainly it looks like it's going to be an exciting season against Braehead, and the rivalry will continue.
A big moment for Carlo Finucci getting that overtime winner.
Yeah, I'm happy for Carlo. I think there was a lot of doubters when he came in, but all in all, he's had a solid weekend, first solid weekend, and he's put some points on the board, but he's also played well defensively, and I couldn't be happier, and I know Todd's happy for him as well.
And how nerve-wracking was that overtime period, and what did you make of the format 3-on-3?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. It's definitely back and forth. I think the key for us, when we play, is that puck possession is key. I think miss on a 2-on-1 and it's a 2-on-1 in the back the other way. So the guys, we didn't practice it a hell of a lot in training last week, but we did have a day when we did some, and we had our set guys, and I thought they did a pretty good job.
And what did you make of Shane Owen's man of the match performance tonight?
Well, he's had a solid start to his Fife career, and he's just solid. He doesn't seem to get disturbed by that the first goal. He could have been down, but he bounced right back and was making some big saves in the second, and really kept us in the game during those kills.
And as one of the coaching staff, how delighted are you to get 4 points from this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a tough start. We had probably 3 training sessions together as a team, and there's a lot of things we need to work on, and we know that. But the guys persevered this weekend, and they stuck together, and they stood together, during the game when there was some rough stuff, and that's what we're going to need for the rest of the way is them, being a 5-man unit out there, and taking care of each other. And I'm glad that we got the 4 points to start the season. It really sets the season in the right way for us.
And what was your expectations going into this weekend and going into tonight's game as well?
I mean, I think you want to win every game, but I think the competition was high. I would have been happy with a split, but I'm ecstatic that we got 4 points, and it sets our Challenge Cup series up well, and it also helps the guys' confidence going the rest of the way.
It was your first taste of a Fife Flyers Braehead Clan Scottish derby. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I think I've gone through the Dundee Fife rivalry, and I knew that was pretty intense. But the Braehead fans, they're really loud, and they never stop chanting for the entire game. So they're behind their fans, behind their team, and I certainly know last night against Belfast, our fans were certainly behind us from start to finish.
And what did you make of the Braehead Clan team?
Yeah, they're a skilled team. I guess they still have a defenseman to come in the lineup, but yeah, they've got a lot of depth and a lot of scoring threats. And I said to the boys before the game that we can't be on the power play or on the kill the whole game, and we were lucky to go in that second period and not get scored on, and something certainly that we're going to address this week.
And away from tonight, what did you make of last night's win over Belfast?
Yeah, I think scoring 3 in the first period set it off the right way, and it's one of those things. I faced it when we were in Dundee. You come in and if you get a goal early on the opposition, it really sets a tone, and the visiting team's on their heels, and I think we caught Belfast off guard last night, and we rolled on. I think we fell off a little bit in the second, but we picked it up in the third and kind of closed it out professionally, and it sets it up for next week going to Belfast.
And just finally, it's all about taking the momentum from this weekend going into next weekend, Belfast and Nottingham.
Yeah, certainly. I think Belfast are going to be. There's going to be no surprises next week. It's going to be a long journey for us, but we're going to work on some things this week, and we know them now, and we know kind of what they're going to come with, and we should be well versed on what our game plan is going to be next week, and we just need to execute it as a team.
Cheers, Jeff. Thank you.
No problem.
The Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.